So now we can continue our adventure. I don't see any sign of Mr. Kudo, do you? Maybe he went to buy another ton of bird seeds. I was kind of hoping he wouldn't be here anyway. At least, not for now. Besides, any more seeds today and I'm liable to turn into a real phoenix. Alright, let's give this tender lender a visit. This place really gives off a really strange vibe, doesn't it? Looks like the tiger isn't in his lair. And that is, as they say, a very good thing. Welcome. Talk about a creepy voice. It makes your soul want to shrivel up and die. You're here to discuss alone? No, not exactly. The manager is away at the moment. Wait quietly, please. She's gone, just like that. I guess we'll just have to come back another time. But this is the perfect opportunity, Nick. This place reeks of suspicion. Come on, Nick, let's take a look around, okay? Do you think it'd be okay? Of course. No one will ever know. Coffee? Ah! I'll leave it here for you to enjoy, quietly. Yes, thank you. Do not touch the desk, please. Nick, let's get out of here. Now she wants to get out of here? Jeez. Hey, look at this Parisian-style coat. It's so chic. Looks more like a pimp coat to me. Guess I haven't got an eye for fashion. Hey, look at this. This suit is the same color as the one you wear, Nick. The same color as my suit? Ah! Keep your voice down, Maya. Nick, you've got to take a look at... Some cake? Jesus. I'll just leave it here for you. Yeah, sure. Thanks. Just wait here quietly, otherwise... Sure. Did you hear that, Nick? Wait quietly, she said. Yeah, sure. I have my eye on you, only so I can take care of you. Understand? Scared, Nick. So, what were you getting so excited about before? Look, on the label of the suit. That's an attorney's badge. Is the tiger a lawyer? No way! Look at this badge. It's made of paper. For some reason, your badge suddenly looks really cheap to me, Nick. Why doesn't anyone recognize an obviously fake badge when they see one? Oh no, someone's dropped the ashtray on the floor. That's going to be a nightmare to clean up. Yeah, it's all over the rug and everything. I accidentally knocked over a really big space heater once. Cleaning up was such a pain. It was one of those super antiques where you have to burn a ton of charcoal. How did she manage to knock one of those over? Aren't they supposed to be super heavy? Oh, hey! There's a book of matches here, too. Matches, huh? Places don't give those out much nowadays. Hey, wait a second. What is it? Look what's printed on the back. It says, Tribulations. These matches could come in handy. We might be able to use them. Yeah, the pilot light for the office boiler keeps going out. Swing and a miss, Maya. Swing and a miss. So helpless. There's a CD player on the desk, but the desk is so loud it's a wonder you can hear it. The lid's open. I wonder what kind of music the tiger's into. Have you finished the coffee? Yes, thanks. It was lovely. So, you drank it all? If you touch anything else that doesn't belong to you, there's always another cup. That coffee! It was laced with something, I'm almost sure of it. Nick, my stomach, it's killing me. Oh wait, maybe it was just the burger I ate for breakfast. I sure hope so. We better take a look at that CD while we're still alive and have the chance. What the? What? It's not the Rocco soundtrack, is it? Claw of the Tiger? It's a demo CD. The artist's name has been handwritten on the disc in pen. MC Bomber. What? This must be the CD Maggie told us about. Let's listen to it. I bet it's heavy metal. No way. That woman will make us drink more coffee if we do. Oh, Jesus. Come out from under the desk, Maya.
What are you two snooping around in my office for?
Nothing. We were just...
My precious carpet! You's got ash on my rug! You gotta wish your ugly feet never came through my door!
It wasn't us. It was already like...
You's wanna argue with me? Is that what you doing? You think yous can take me on? I'm gonna flatten yous two into pancakes and turn yous into my new rugs!
Oh, Don Tigre, you're back.
Heck, that voice. It's evil. It's like evil seeping into your head through your ears.
I'm sorry, Don Tigre. I knocked over that ashtray before, and...
Eek, has she got a death wish or what?
Alright!
Huh?
Forget about it, Violetta. It's nothing.
What?
I ain't gotta get mad at you. You too cute, you hear?
That's so unfair.
Here, have some cookies. I just baked them. And you'll need some strong espresso while you're discussing your loan.
Phoenix, right?
Yes?
Yous eyes are crazy or just plain stupid to chase after me. I worked so hard, but now yous gotta come and mess up my plan.
So it was him. He's my phony.
Heh, but I don't care. No one gets in my way.
What? I mean, excuse me?
Yous should have left the little girl at home, right?
I have a few things I want to ask you.
No questions. This is the last time we meet.
Heck, wait! Please! That was pretty weak, Nick. You waited until he was out of earshot before you shouted after him. Like you're one to talk. I didn't hear you scream, "Hold it," either.
The espresso.
Ah!
And cookies.
This woman is definitely not good for my heart. Now, what was it the tiger called her? Violetta? Well, we still have one more thing we need to examine. That's this here. Let's see, this round doll thing is called a Daruma, I think. I figured I'd read a book or two and be more cultured in case you're wondering. You mean you aren't making stuff up for a change? Heh, I bet you also didn't know that no matter what, he always will right himself. Go on, Nick. Give him a good shove. Only if I feel like dying. Now, this yellow thing. This is a Japanese chess piece. I think it's a king? Not that I'm an expert or anything. I'm more of a reversey person, you know? Assuming she knows what she's talking about. These aren't exactly your typical mobster wannabe items. They're not trophies, are they? Hey! There's a piece of paper sticking out from under here. What is it? A repair bill? Looks like he did some repair work on his car. Does he even have one? $15,000 to replace a bumper and a light? That's insane! The car is registered to the Cadaverinis? Huh? So it's not even the Tiger's car? Why would someone else's repair bill be in the Tiger's office? Something fishy going on here. So, I'm kind of curious about your company, Tenderlender.
With the warm and friendly atmosphere you would expect from a family-sized business, a conscientious rate of interest, and an attractive repayment policy,
why do I get the feeling this sentence is not going to end well?
We will tenderly lend you that little bit of extra here at Tenderlender.
Hey, Nick, things are a bit tight for Wright and Company at the moment, aren't they? I mean, there's that $500 you owe me from our card game for starters. Why don't you take out a loan? Would I like to take out a loan from a place like this? Not so much.
Tenderlander is on your side.
So, let's say I'm late with my repayment. What happens then?
We'd give you more coffee. Strong coffee.
Right. I think I'd rather skip town. Hey, just remember I can make strong coffee too, Nick. Strong tea as well. So, do you know about the incident we're investigating?
What incident?
Well, a man was poisoned in a restaurant just near here. That incident.
Let me see. I was here that day with the manager.
The manager being the tiger?
Furio Tigre.
Furio? Tigre? So that's where the tiger thing comes from. Xeniob's got a real name, Nick! Hurry up and find out more about him. I plan on doing just that. There he is. Can I ask you about the tiger? I mean, Mr. Tigre?
Cookie?
Sure.
How do you like my cookies? I bake them myself.
Go ahead, Nick. The honor is all yours. No, ladies first, Maya. No matter how I look at this, I just don't get it. What are the tiger and the scary girl doing working together?
We are lovers.
That's not exactly coming across in your tone of voice.
And I owe Don Tigre my life. He's the one who saved me.
The tiger saved you?
Please, address him properly as Don Tigre. Otherwise, I'll have to...
Okay, Don Tigre, of course, I'm sorry. He saved your life? I'd sure like to know how that happened.
I'm very frail, you see. Just recently I died once.
You died?
About 4 months ago. The doctor said to abandon all hope.
I guess they were expecting her to take a boat ride across the river Styx.
But Don Tigre, he saved me. He gave up everything.
Everything?
When I found out what he had done for me, I was happy.
No offense, but I'm finding that a little hard to believe.
I decided to pay him back with my life by serving him coffee and espresso.
I still wonder about what's in her coffee. So is that why you've got the bandage around your head?
This?
So what's the story with the bandage?
They put it on after the operation.
Operation?
It's just a little injury. A little fatal injury.
Fatal injury? Maya just suffered one herself by the sound of it. So that's the injury you were talking about before when you said you had died once? Oh dear. Bam, 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 bam! Oh, she really creeps me out, Nick. Same here, but we've got to find out the truth. We don't have enough to take care of that Cyclox, so let's go exploring around a little bit more. There he is! Old Seedy's back to feeding the pigeons again. There, take this, and get out of my park! Like I thought, he's really mad. Come on, Maya, just keep your head down and let's sneak away while we still can. What? Why? Hello, old man? What are you doing, Maya? Yeah. Hey, he just turned his back on us. I'm not surprised. I bet I really hurt his pride in court this morning. Hey, Mr. Kudo. Look, we really need to talk to you, alright? Out with the demons! In with good fortune! Ow, ow, ow! Sheets, shell splinters. Painful. I always knew you were a demon, Maya. So let's talk. I'm sorry about what happened in court earlier today.
Yeah, everyone will be talking about me behind my back now. And a dirty old man who was so busy looking at the serving girl's backside that he can't remember her face, a filthy, depraved animal.
Not at all.
Are you listening to me, boy? I don't care what you say, I saw that waitress put it in. She put some white powder in the young lad's Javicino.
We hear you.
And another thing, the young layabout was wearing an earpiece on the same side as the lens of his broken spectacles.
We're really sorry.
So I made a little mistake about the vase.
So what?
I know what I saw. I tell you.
Okay, take it easy, please, Mr. Kudo.
Don't tell me to take it easy, you spiky-haired brat. Take this.
You said you were a craftsman, right?
Yeah, the modern world casts honest craftsmen like me aside in droves.
Surely it's not that.
I come from a long line of craftsmen, right back to the time of the shoguns. Do you hear me? I didn't become an embroiderer. I was born one.
Actually, I'm kind of in the same situation myself.
I wanted to stick my fingers up that dribbling old judge's nose and scream right down his ear hole, "Objection!"
Oh, so did you want to become a lawyer when you were young? I don't think that's quite it, Maya. I think he's just in a bad mood, that's all.
I've got a tsunami of frustration inside and it's ready to burst out.
If we let him start rambling now, we might never shut him up. What should I do? Suck it up. Guess I better let him talk. So, there's not much call for craftsmen these days, then?
Of course not, you idiot. I'm good. All I'm good for nowadays is running errands.
Errands?
Everyone takes advantage of the elderly. Buy some bread, Gramps. Take the dog for a walk, Granddad. Feed the pigeons, old man. What am I, some sort of two-bit community handyman?
Well...
Buy some bread, now that I can understand. What's the point of feeding some seedy pigeons? Why don't people just say what they mean? Get lost, that's what they're trying to say. Oh yes, I'm just an inconvenience, you see. At home, at that restaurant, I just get in the way, don't I?
I'm sure you don't. Wait a minute. What did he just say? At home and at that restaurant? Hold up. By restaurant, are you talking about Tribulations? Did you get asked to run an errand there, too?
Yes, I did. The very day that young brat was poisoned.
What? So on the day of the incident, what were you asked to do?
Glad you asked, boy, because I'll tell you what I was asked to do. All of a sudden, that young lad slumped over the table. The serving girl collapsed. And I broke that vase. It all happened so fast, I was in a bit of a daze, you see. Then the owner shouted over to me. Excusez-moi, you call the police. Call them yourself, I should have said back, but I didn't think of it at the time.
So, did you end up calling the police?
Like I said, I was in a bit of a daze.
Did you call them on your cell phone?
Gah, do I look like I'd have one of those newfangled thingamajigs? I went out looking for a payphone, of course.
You went looking for one?
I couldn't find one right away, you know. Wandered around for 5 minutes or so.
5 minutes? So for 5 minutes after the incident happened...
Yes, sirree, the owner was at Tribulations on his own.
Why didn't you mention this in court this morning?
Well, I would have if you'd given me the chance. But you all bullied me out of the courtroom.
Thank you, Mr. Kudo. You've certainly earned your kudos for today.
Wait a minute. If that's the case, there's more. I've got more to say. Oh, yes, I remember something else.
Bailiff, escort the witness out of the courtroom.
It's not my fault. You're the ones to blame.
You could have at least told us before we got to court. Is it really that important that Mr. Kudo was the one who called the police? What's important is the unaccounted time before the police arrived. The victim was dead, and Maggie was unconscious. Which leaves that man, alone in the restaurant. Mr. Kudo might have been chased out of the place on purpose. What do you mean? Maybe a certain someone didn't want him in the restaurant. Ah!
Oh, sure. You go ahead and say I was in the way as usual. I suppose I should have been getting myself covered in pigeon poop instead, huh?
We need to get more details about what exactly happened. From Maggie and from Mr. Armstrong. Well, let's see what we can get. What we can glean from Maggie herself. Oh, Mr. Wright! Hello, Maggie. So they finished questioning you? Wasn't it just unbelievable in court today, sir? I'm going to stay up all night and blog about everything that happened. Weren't you scared? It was pretty touch and go in there. Yeah, but you totally nailed that old man. Well, he was all over the place with his testimony. He's not the only one. Huh? What do you mean? Everyone else's testimonies don't match up either. Not with what I remember of the incident anyway. Is it possible she is the one misremembering things? Maggie, you know how you said that everyone else provided testimony that didn't match up with what you remembered? Yup, there are just so many things that don't seem to add up. The biggest contradiction is the other guy I saw at the victim's table. He was the one who slipped something into the victim's coffee. I'm sure it was him. But didn't Mr. Kudo testify earlier today that it was the waitress who put some white powder into the coffee cup? So you really think it was this disappearing man that did it? Well, he's not the only thing that disappeared. The CD vanished as well. You know, the CD with the writing on it. Oh yeah, the MC Screwdriver album, right? It was MC Bomber, Maya. That name was scrawled on the sports paper as well. I never did find that CD at the crime scene, sir. Or the victim's medication. That's gone missing too. Ouch, my head. This is getting way too complicated for me. You said that you passed out when the victim, Glenn L., collapsed, right? Yes, it's so embarrassing. I mean, I used to be a cop. When I came to, the restaurant was buzzing with police. And before I knew what was going on, they arrested me, sir. So between the time the victim collapsed and the time the police arrived on the scene, you have no idea what went on at Tribulations. No idea at all. Why? Is it important, Mr. Wright? The other witness, the old man from the park, was pretty much chased out of the picture. Chased out of the picture? What do you mean? Old CD wasn't inside the restaurant because he was told to go call the police. Exactly. And you, Maggie, were unconscious. That means Mr. Armstrong was alone in the restaurant for a brief period of time. No! You don't think Mr. Armstrong set me up, do you? When you consider the facts, it's hard to imagine that Mr. Armstrong isn't involved in this at all. It's like the master biting the paw of the dog that it feeds. Are you sure about this, Mr. Wright? Well, the old man said as much when we spoke with him earlier. I don't know, the things that man says don't add up for some reason, sir. Maggie looks like she's trying to figure something out. We'd better find out exactly what happened to the old man on that day. But first... Oh, yeah! I've got something you're going to love. Really? What is it? A lunchbox, just for you. Here. Wow, a lunchbox! Weenies, too! I can't believe it! Thank you, sir. Did you make this just for me, Mr. Wright? No, it was Detective Gumshoe. Who else would make such a nice lunchbox for you? Detective Gumshoe? He's really worried about you. Looks like he put a lot of effort into making this, too. I can't accept it. Detention center rules. No gifts allowed, sir. Hey, come on, Maggie. Don't be like that. Rules are the rules! They'll lock you up if you break them! Somehow, when an ex-cop turned waitress says that, it seems a whole lot scarier. And anyway, I ate weenies! Oh, really? It's all yours, Maya. You can enjoy it with Mr. Wright. But... She's right. It's better than letting it go to waste. But... I guess so. Well, how was it? That hit the spot. I love weenies. Oh, good. I'm glad I gave it to you then, sir. Alright, well, that solves that. Ah, I feel much better after the trial this morning. I've been a bit of a courtroom proceedings addict for years now. It feels like forever since I saw a witness as slippery as that old man. He's not really that bad of an old man, though. Still, I feel a bit uneasy. Huh? I thought you just said you felt much better. Maggie, if there's something on your mind, you've got to tell us. Especially if it has anything to do with Mr. Kudo or his testimony. Roger! I'll spill it all and see what you make of it. Alright. Is there anything about Mr. Kudo's testimony that stood out as odd to you? Actually, yes! The fact that he was even testifying to begin with doesn't quite what? Well, when I took the coffee over to the victim's table... It's true there was another customer in the restaurant. Yeah, we know that already. It was Victor Kudo. But I can't really say it was an old man. Okay, then how about calling him a really old middle-aged man? No, age isn't the issue. The other customer was a woman. A woman? Are you sure, Maggie? Well, I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. So, what did this woman look like? She was sort of creepy, and she had a kind of cackling laugh. Creepy? Cackling? Why do I get the feeling I've come across a woman like that recently?